How about those tracks, huh? Wow. Any guesses from you guys? That's so cool. Hey guys, it's Invalid. I think from now on I'm probably going to be shortening my introduction because invalidation X145 is a lot of syllables. But yeah, just got another update video for you guys as I come to one of my other quote-unquote sit spots. Right under where it looks like it might actually function as a dock. This is once again Lake Pend Orielle, featuring geese. It'll zoom in. Featuring geese taking baths. And the sandbar. And currently where I'm sitting, it's probably not going to be around much longer because this lake, believe it or not, right now is probably about 3 feet or so, actually probably more than, probably like 8 feet below what it is in the summer as far as levels go. So all of this right up to where I'm sitting, that's the lens cap, you don't need to see that, right up to where I'm sitting, right up to these tank looking things, that's all going to be underwater, give or take a couple months. So I'm happy to be here while I have the chance. So yeah, just kind of another update video on a different part of the lake. That bridge right along here, that's actually a train. That's actually for trains specifically. You can hear cars passing by probably. They're not exactly quiet. This is, well, you could most certainly hear them earlier on the trail. But right up here you can see the railing, and down along all these piers, I'd have to get out farther to show it, but you can just barely see it if the camera will focus, which it doesn't seem to want to do. No, it's gonna be a dick about it. Come on. You can focus, I know you can. So he manages to focus halfway in between the zoom. Oh well. But you can probably still see it. Well, with all the flashes of light, but right there is another bridge specifically made for cars, and it was actually apparently originally all made of wood back in the day, and they've since expanded it to have to be a 2-lane kind of highway thing with a. And I think the old wooden path is actually now been added onto. It's now a pedestrian walk that goes alongside the bridge. And if I follow the trail that brought me down here, because there is actually a trail that comes down onto the beach right over here. It's kind of hidden behind the concrete and other debris. But if you follow that trail alongside the road, that will actually take you onto the bridge. And that bridge is between Sagal and Sandpoint, and it crosses over this portion of Lake Pend Orielle. And that also happens to be the bridge that some of you may have seen in the video when I was recording on a different part of the lake in my last 2 update video things. So yeah, just some interesting news tidbits I thought you guys might enjoy. But with that being said, I do have a few things I want to say about my channel. And one of the things I've kind of come to realize is that I really do enjoy video games. I really enjoy sharing that with you guys and the experiences therein. But I kind of want to expand what's on my channel and go into some of my other interests. Artwork and outdoorsy stuff being 2 of those big passions for me. So, and it sounds like from what I've heard in responses to my last update video, it actually sounds like several of you would be open to storytelling. So, look forward to that in the future, because I definitely want to work on my storytelling practice. I've been listening for far too long. And that's interesting. I don't know what kind of birds they are. I don't know that I can zoom in fast enough with... Yeah, they're on top of the railroad now, so it's kind of impossible to see them. If my voice sounds hoarse, I actually have a mild allergy to wheat, believe it or not. And I had some brownies a couple days ago, and my throat is still recovering. My reaction to wheat is I get kind of a scratchy feeling in the back of my throat. And it gives me short-term memory loss. I lose inhibition. Basically, like if I drank a couple beers. At least the expectation of what that would cause. I've never actually had more than a couple drops at a time in my life, because I don't like the flavor and I don't like the smell of alcoholic beverages or anything kind of fermenting at all. It's just not my thing. So yeah, that's the reason why I might have a somewhat raspy voice. And why I might cough from time to time and sniffle. So yeah, that's kind of what I really wanted to talk about with my channel. Video games will still be a major portion. I do plan to continue Let's Playing. And some good news regarding that is my laptop is actually coming back sometime this week or next week, so I can get stuff recorded and we can enjoy some other games that are kind of retro and old school, because my laptop can't handle anything past 98. Which is actually a good thing. It's kind of forced me to play some of the older games, and ones that I haven't played even though I've already owned them. Simply because I don't have the newer games where I get the graphical fidelity and the realistic quote-unquote art style and stuff like that. And it's been cool. I've been able to really appreciate that. And I think I might hear a train, so depending if it shows up or not, I might go quiet and start counting train cars. But until then, I can keep yammering on. So yeah, my laptop's coming back. That's the good news. Unfortunately, they were not able to... the hard drive actually had a mechanical failure. And basically what that means, especially since I heard clicking is very indicative in a mechanical hard drive failure of the head no longer functioning properly. And what that means, for any of you who know what a record is, or vinyl, or anything like that, and how to play those, it's a pretty similar thing with the old school hard drives. Basically there's a deck, kind of a circular disc kind of thing that all the data goes onto, that all the data is stored on, and then there's like the needle in a record. It kind of comes out and rests on top and kind of goes into the vinyl and plays what's etched onto the vinyl. A hard drive is similar, but the head is floating just nanometers above the deck, above the flat surface, and it goes back and forth over that, and that's how it reads data from the hard drive. When there's clicking, that means that the head has failed, more than likely. And that can mean several things. It can either mean that the head is simply not moving and it's stuck in a resting position, like where it would normally be if the computer wasn't on, or, and this is what I'm worried about, is sometimes the head actually still works, but it's higher or lower. If it's higher, it just doesn't read the data. You know, that's not really an issue. If it's lower, though, that means that it's going to be hitting the surface of the deck and scratching it. And you know what happens with a scratched vinyl? Well, the same thing applies to a hard drive disk. When you get scratches on a hard drive, the data goes bye-bye. So they weren't able to get the data off the old hard drive, but they are replacing the hard drive, and they are sending the old hard drive back. So hopefully at some point I can get the old hard drive and tinker with it and get the data off it as much as I can, because there was some really important stuff to me on there. And speaking of trains, we actually have one coming up. So we get to count cars and listen to it roar by. And those geese are getting closer. It might look like they're far away, but they're not more than 15 feet from me right now. They're really getting kind of close. They know I'm here, so I don't think they're too concerned about me, and I'm not too concerned about them. But if they're looking for handouts, they're going to be disappointed. This train looks a little bit shorter than some others I've seen. Well, I don't know about that. So yeah, we'll see about sounds and stuff. Count cars. 114 cars is what I counted on that thing. That's one of the longest trains I've counted that's passed here so far. Cool. That's another thing I'd like to share about. Just some interesting things that pass by. There was a train that passed by here the other day. I wish I caught this on recording. But it's coming by here on this bridge, right? It's going this way. You can hear the rails kind of grind against the wheels and stuff. And then all of a sudden this thunder just came from this end and went whoosh. It sounded like thunder. It sounded like something was coming apart. It was crazy. And it was going the opposite direction of the train that the train was traveling in. So I guess it hit the brakes or something, but oh my God, that's... Trains normally are something that comfort me, believe it or not. I grew up around trains when I was really little. Where I was born and raised for the first few years of my life, it was kind of... excuse me. The chicken I had earlier today is speaking up. But, where I was born and raised for the first few years of my life, there was, like, not even a mile away, like maybe half a mile away from where I was, there was a train track. And I would wake up in the middle of the night and I'd hear one of those trains coming through. And that really was kind of a calming sound to me. Even if it really did get loud and deafening. It was kind of a message to me that the world is still going, everything's all right, and I would go back to sleep. So whenever I see a train, I mean, I know about the amount of fumes they put out and stuff, but to me it's still kind of a comfort to see those and hear them. Especially when they blow their horns, as long as I'm not getting deafened by it. But that one moment was a terrifying sound. Because imagine how loud you heard how loud the train was going over this bridge, right? Imagine that, and then it suddenly sounds like thunder passing through the train, going the opposite direction the train is traveling. That's about 100 times louder. It unnerved me. It unsettled me. But it was really cool at the same time. I wish I could have caught that on camera, but that was amazing. So yeah. So with regards to the laptop, it's coming back. Can't get anything off the hard drive. I do have a flash drive though with the games I had on the laptop beforehand. So we will have to see with Plants vs. Zombies. That's gonna be a little awkward, I think. But I mean, I already screwed up once with the save files, so I'll do it again. Not a big deal. But that's really the only problem with it. I have all the games on there that I had on there previously. And any other games that I don't have on there that I want to have on there, 99% of them are online. So I can sit in a cafe or something for 3 hours and download a game. You know. So that's fine, and I do have the install discs for my movie studio editing thing, so that's not an issue either. Just getting some stuff set back up, and we should be good to go again on that front. So I think I've actually kind of covered everything as far as updates are concerned. So, yeah. yeah, I told you guys about the laptop, and Let's Play should be starting up soon within a couple weeks. And, expansion to my channel, talked about that, what other things I want to do. I really want to make it something that I enjoy, not something that becomes boring and repetitive and becomes a chore for me. And that's kind of what I ran into during the period where I was at my gaming computer. It's really not. The rig is not a gaming rig, is what I would call it, but it's more of it's a high performance machine. I'll say that. Higher performance machine. But yeah. I've really come to this place where I want to enjoy everything that I do. And YouTube's never really been a business for me. It's been a hobby. And that the YouTube piece, the video game piece, was kind of like the original focus of my channel, because I saw other people doing Let's Plays, and it's like, oh, that'd be cool to do. So I followed suit. And started my own Let's Playing channel. But I've come to a point where I really want to expand on that, because Let's Playing is not my life, as much as I might like it to be sometimes. It's really not. And I want to expand on that and share more of my interests with you guys. And it sounds like most of you are open to that. So, yeah. And stories will be coming in the future. I have a few good ones that I want to share. Some short, some much longer. One of the things that I also enjoy doing as far as interest is concerned is writing, but I don't know how to share that outside of reading aloud or doing some weird sort of like sharing page by page on a video. And at that point, I mean, I may as well just publish it and put it on a public forum or something and let everybody view it and say, hey, here's a link, go read it and check it out and tell me what you thought, kind of thing. I need water. So, yeah. I think that's about everything. For now, anyway. So, yeah. Yesterday was Easter. So, to everybody who went on an Easter egg hunt or had a good day yesterday, happy Easter. Happy belated Easter. Hope you had a happy holiday. I myself just kind of hung out at one of the stores around here and read for most of the day, because it rained all day long. There were a couple spots like this one where I really wanted to hang out, but didn't feel up to it in the rain for some reason. So, yeah. So happy belated Easter, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. And until the next video, guys, hope you found this informative and enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye for now.